Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Walker Athletic Complex. Piedmont softball doubleheader coming up. Joseph Garwood and Matt Kudrowski here to bring you game one. And the Lions come in with a 2-0 conference record, 13-6 in the CCS. The Wolves enter at 2-12 overall, 0-2 in the CCS, looking for their first conference win. Matt, let's take us down the Wesleyan Wolves starting lineup.
Yeah, starting for those Wesleyan Wolves, Joe. Leading off will be number 2, the third baseman, Taylor Fry. Batting second will be the center fielder, number 11, Emily Stevenson. Batting third will be the pitcher, number 21, Tiana Zupanich. Batting fourth will be the designated player and number 10, Ariel Wallace. Batting fifth will be the first baseman, number 14, Caitlin McCord. Batting sixth will be the shortstop, number 1, Sabrina Bowen. Batting seventh will be the right fielder, number 7, Samantha Bowen. Batting eighth will be the catcher, number 28, Presley Edwards. And rounding up the lineup will be the left fielder, number 4, Caitlin Bennett. And defensively playing second will be number 22, Sonia Sowers.
In the circle for Piedmont, familiar face, number 12, the junior Emma McBrayer. Emma comes in with a 7-4 record, 2.07 ERA. She has picked up right where she left off from her first 2 years, has been outstanding at the front of that Piedmont rotation as the third baseman Taylor Fry stands in for the Wolves, and we're about to be underway. And first pitch for McBrayer sails up in the zone. Matt, we got a USA South Championship rematch from last year. The Lions defeated the Wolves 2-0 in that championship series.
Absolutely stunning that we saw Wesleyan even make it to that conference finals, because we talked about it earlier, they only won 8 games in that regular season. And the biggest change that we've seen, Coach Ryan Bliss, his first-year head coach now, have a whole new coaching change, and this is a whole new team.
Yeah, a lot of new faces for the Wolves, trying to kind of recapture some of that magic from last year as they made a little bit of a Cinderella run. It's the month of Cinderella's March, and the Wolves certainly made one last year. 1-1 pitch for McBrayer is fouled off to the right-hand side out of play. And now McBrayer, after falling behind, jumps ahead in the count 1-2. A lot of options for the junior pitcher here. Fry comes in, 286 average on the season. Not bad out of the leadoff spot. Tries to go with the slow change off-speed pitch, and that one hung on to a little bit long, up and out of the zone. Fry runs the count even 2-2. And good pitch there by McBrayer. Rise ball rising just up out of the zone. Fry couldn't lay off of it. One batter, 1 strikeout for McBrayer.
That's already her 33rd K of the season.
Nice
Absolutely
pitch.
Lights out.
Nice pitch by McBrayer. Stepping in now, the center fielder, Emily Stevenson. Stevenson looking to get going at the plate, just 4 for 36 so far this season. And the pitch just off the plate. Hannah Morgan looks like a little conversation with the umpire there to figure out where that pitch missed. 1-0 the count.
That was a beautiful pitch by McBrayer. Just a beautiful fastball right down Georgia Street, if you will.
Absolutely. Good pitch to get back in the count. Evens things up at 1-1. And Stevenson will show bunt, pulls back, takes a pitch up and away. Count runs to 2-1. Left-handed hitter. Lady Lions kind of playing for the slap as we got the corner infielders both very shallow, outfield shallow as well. Check swing, fouled straight back. And now count goes to 2-2.
And now McBrayer has a lot of options. I'm expecting a ball that's going to be kind of just outside the zone, possible chaser pitch. No, not really sure what McBrayer could be going for, but my guess is somewhere a little bit outside.
Oh, just out of the reach of Isley. Check swing, foul ball. And Isley got a good break on it, just couldn't quite get to it. And we'll do the 2-2 all over again. And same thing, foul off to the left-hand side by Stevenson. McBrayer content to work the outside part of the plate. Stevenson shaking her hands a little bit. Looks like that one stung a little bit.
McBrayer definitely puts a lot of Texas Pete behind some of those pitches, as the great Greg Loftus would say.
That one will sail up high, 3-2 the count. McBrayer, good fastball, a lot of options to go to. She's more of a pitch to contact kind of pitcher, just 33 strikeouts in 64 innings, but she wants the ball in play early. Part of the reason why she's able to go so deep into games, throw as many innings as she does. And Stevenson had the impressive at-bat to start things off. Spoils another pitch off to the left foul, and we'll do the 3-2 all over again.
Stevenson really fighting off a lot of these pitches, really kind of staying in that box for a very long time, racking up the pitch count for McBrayer.
And that one sails up and out of the zone. Great at-bat by Stevenson. Works a one-out walk, and that will bring up big hitter for the Wolves, the pitcher, Tiana Zupanic.
And I think when we say big hitter, I think we're also referring to the fact that she is 6 feet tall. I mean, she is an absolute tower out there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Intimidating presence in the batter's box is Zupanic, and she will swing through a good pitch darting off the outside corner. And for the first time all afternoon, McBraer's ahead in the count 0-1.
Zupanic, a graduate student from Zagreb, Croatia.
She's been impressive in the circle as well for the Wolves so far this year. And she's going to have to battle here, though. McBraer jumps ahead in the count 0-2. And we'll see what she goes with. The runner at first, and one out here in the top of the first inning.
You know, we usually talk about a pitching battle, especially with baseball. Usually we're seeing about how the pitchers are doing on the mound. Rarely do we ever see the pitchers facing one another with one in the box and one on the mound.
Pitch is off the plate. The throw down from Morgan nails the would-be base stealer Stevenson at second base. That throw was absolutely on the money, and the Wolves run into out number 2 on the base pass.
Absolute dagger from Hannah Morgan from behind home plate, able to get that one to second for an easy tag, easily beat the runner.
Now 1 strike away from getting out of the inning. Good pitch by McBraer. Doesn't get the call. Maybe a little low, maybe a little off the outside corner, but Zupanic was frozen by that pitch, and we are even up 2-2 with 2 outs here in the top of the first.
2-6, caught stealing. Yep, enter, P.
Nice pitch, swung over the top of by Zupanic, and McBraer works out of the 1-out walk. Wolves scoreless in the top of the first. We go to the bottom of the first inning, tied up 0-0. Walker Athletic Complex. Here, as we go to the bottom of the first inning, Emma McBraer worked around a 1-out walk, a caught stealing, and then a strikeout of the Wesleyan pitcher, Tiana Zupanic. Kept the Wolves off the board. We go to the bottom of the first. Matt, let's run down the Piedmont starting lineup.
Starting for your Lady Lions will be leading off the right fielder, number 3, Jasmine Lowry. Batting second will be the third baseman, number 2, Caitlin Isley. Batting third will be the catcher, number 36, Hannah Morgan. Batting fourth will be the designated player, number 26, Megan Steinmeier. Batting fifth will be the first baseman, number 31, Kara Taylor. Batting sixth will be the pitcher, number 12, Emma McBraer. Batting seventh will be the second baseman, number 9, Lindsay Partlow. Batting eighth will be the shortstop, number 14, Macy Allen. And rounding up that lineup will be the left fielder, number 32, Candy Votava. And defensively playing center fielder for the Lions will be number 10, Hartley Nerva.
One of the breakout players on Piedmont's roster here so far in this 2023 season. Jasmine Lowry spoils the first pitch out of play, foul. And she will work against Zupanich, a presence in the circle. One of the main reasons for Wesleyan's run to the USA South Championship Series last year. Zupanich off to a good start on the mound this year as well. Sports a 3.78 ERA, 55 strikeouts against just 12 walks. Has not had a ton of run support, which leads to the losing record that she sports, but she is definitely not going to be an easy task for this Lady Lion lineup so far today, and Lowry finding that out early, going to have to battle from down 0-2 in the count.
And you were just talking earlier about the excellence that we've seen from Jasmine Lowry, and she's been stepping into she's been coming out of the shadow after the Lady Lions lost Rebecca Stagmeyer after she graduated, and so Stagmeyer was an outstanding leadoff hitter, an outstanding leadoff player, multiple records as far as stealing bases and all kinds of Piedmont records. And that's intimidating when you are a young player stepping into the shadow that was cast by such an outstanding graduate player.
Yeah, Stegmeyer won the USA South Player of the Year last year, had an outstanding season, was a Casada Academic All-American. It's a big shoes to fill for Lowry, but she has done an excellent job hitting .395 on the year, and that one's lashed into left field, got out ahead of it a little too much, will be a foul ball. It's still 0-2 in the count. Lowry 7 doubles out of her 17 hits and a triple, so not only reaching base, but doing some damage as well. Lowry playing right field today. She started at first base. She started at second base. She did some catching last year even. So a very versatile player, can put her anywhere in the field, but you know the bat's going to play no matter what. Zupanich tries to get a chase up in the zone, but misses high, 1-2 the count. And that one's taken foul off to the right. Lowry certainly getting a good look at what Zupanich's arsenal looks like. Will certainly help the rest of the Lady Lions to get to see some pitches.
And this is just the first batter. We still have a long way to go. If we keep seeing these Piedmont batters just racking up the pitch count for Zupanich, it could be a long day for the Wesleyan Wolves.
Yeah, Zupanich is really the only starting pitcher that has had success this year for the Wolves. So definitely a good sign for the Lady Lions as Lowry spoils another one foul there, and then we're going to go another 1-2 count.
And already we see Presley Edwards have to make a quick trip to the circle to have a quick word with Zupanich about maybe trying something different just so we can get on to the next batter.
1-2, we'll try to go upstairs, and Lowry, good plate discipline, takes it high, and the count run even 2-2. Lowry just 3 walks so far this season. She's up there to swing the bat. But good eye there to work the count back even. And that one off the plate and a little bit up on top of the strike zone, and Lowry able to just barely get a piece to stay alive.
It was close. I mean, her bat just barely grazed that pitch.
Well executed pitch by Zupanich, but got the chase that she wanted, but Lowry able to stay alive just barely. And she is continuing the battle as we are deep in the pitch count. This will be pitch number 12 in the at-bat. And this is exactly what you want from your leadoff hitter. Even if she doesn't reach base at this point, she has, for the most part, done her job. And we will see yet another pitch as Lowry takes another one foul.
You have to imagine that as a pitcher, when you're just facing off against that same batter and you're throwing everything you have in your arsenal at the batter and you're not getting any kind of results, it has to be very frustrating as well.
Yeah, more like a, what do I got to do to retire this hitter? Here comes a 2-2. Lowry puts this one into play into shallow right field. Actually, it's going to stay on the infield. Second baseman will make the call and the catch. Got under that one a little bit. It's put away by Sonia Sawyers. And now we'll see Caitlin Isley step in for the Lions, the third baseman.
And Zupanich has already Pitched how many? 14 pitches?
14 pitch first at bat for Lowry. Ends in an out, but she certainly saw her fair share of offerings as Isley will take one. Must have been high for ball one. The 1-0, that also misses. Good eye for Isley.
Okay.
Isley will draw some walks. She's been hit by 5 pitches. She's walked 7 times. On-base percentage over 400, even though the batting average is down to 275.
She's just had an outstanding career here at Piedmont over the course of her 4 years. She is a senior right now. Currently batting 275, which is not bad for your second batter on your lineup. But just seeing the long-term impact that she has had on this team, especially with the number of rings that she has been able to place on her hand over her career with the number of championship teams we've seen from this program. It's the fact that she's been in the lineup for so long, it just really is a testament to the impact that she has had on this team as a second baseman.
3-1 pitch. And that will be in there for a called strike 2. Good hit by Zupanik there to run things full. Yeah, Isley, her freshman campaign was cut short due to COVID. 2021 and 2022 played a major role in a pair of USA South and NCAA tournament teams for the Lions. This one's grounded through the left side. That'll get through for a one-out single for Isley. And now she's going to pretend like she's going to go to second, as Wesleyan had a little trouble out there in left field. Potentially the wet grass playing a role there. We did have a little bit of rain, which delayed the start time about 35-40 minutes here this afternoon.
What's 1B?
But either way, Lions with 1 on, 1 out. And we'll see Hannah Morgan step in.
It looked like the left fielder, Caitlin Bennett, I don't know if the foot that she planted with, I don't know if it just slipped or if it got stuck or buckled. I don't really know what happened. Either way, she ended up having to take a quick knee there, and as a result, Isley had a choice. You want to be risky, go try and steal second, or do you want to stay where you're at?
Isley off and running. The pitch is a strike. The throw down not nearly in time. Isley steals second base, standing up. And Matt, as you mentioned, Stegmeyer, a big departure, mainly because her stolen base rate. Isley has kind of taken up that mantle. She leads the team by far in stolen bases. She's now 14 out of 16 on the season.
Absolutely outstanding.
Oh, wait.
Morgan swings through that one, and she's going to have to battle down in the count 0-2.
Hannah Morgan, an absolute slugger out there, batting .333, but she has a slugging percentage of .424.
Yeah, Morgan 3 extra base hits this season. Got jammed there, slow roller to third base, and that will retire Morgan. That's the third baseman Fry with an accurate throw across the diamond, and now it's going to be up to the DP, Megan Steinmeier, with a runner at third and 2 out.
I'm batting the DP, Megan Steinmeier.
Steinmeier missed most of last year with an injury. Has been a presence in the circle as well, but kind of on the Emma McBrayer path of she's going to, if healthy, she's going to pitch and she's going to be a threat at the plate as well. Getting her first shot in the lineup today. She did make a pitching appearance, her first of the season last Sunday in the doubleheader sweep for Piedmont over Berea.
And that's absolutely outstanding for Terry Martin when you have 2 players who are dual threat from in the circle and in the box.
Yeah, absolutely. Gives you so many more options of what you can do with your lineup. And here comes the 1-1 to Steinmeier. And swing and a miss. You can tell why Zupanik has struck out 55 hitters coming into today. She's got good velocity on her fastball. Looks like good movement as well. Lady Lions having a little trouble squaring things up. 1-2 pitch, spoiled foul, straight back to the screen. And Steinmeier maybe starting to time the fastball from Zupanik a little bit better.
Your staff know that the whole conference as a whole, everybody's going to know. These guys, that's it. I didn't know it was for the reps. Yeah, that's right.
And trying to get a chase up and away, and good eye by Steinmeier to lay off of it. Works things back even to 2-2. A lot of pressure here on the catcher, Presley Edwards. Isley is no stranger to making mad dashes to the plate if anything gets even remotely away from her. And Steinmeier swung on and missed. Jupanic works around the one-out single. We are scoreless as we go to the top of the second.
No runs on one hit, no errors, one left on. Your score at the
Headed to the top half of the second inning, Piedmont and Wesleyan scoreless 0-0. Both teams had one runner each in the first inning, but McBrayer and Jupanic pitched around those small threats. And now leading off for the Wolves to start the second, the first baseman, Caitlin McCord, comes in hitting .500 on the season. That's been a tough out this year so far for Wesleyan. That's the first pitch and pulls it foul past third base. As we mentioned, McCord, 500 hitter. A lot. We said seeing this Wesleyan lineup, a lot of players. A couple players hitting over 400, a couple more over 300, and then some under 200. So a lot of feast or famine throughout this lineup for the Wolves. That one's put in play. Also off to the left foul, and McBrayer heading the count 0-2.
And we'll see how Caitlin McCord does, because when you're facing this fearsome defense from Piedmont, not just with the person in the circle, because we mentioned McBrayer being an outstanding pitcher for Piedmont thus far, but Piedmont's infield is fantastic. They have a fantastic infield, fantastic outfield, and we've already seen the musket from Hannah Morgan just striking out, who was it? Emily Stevenson trying to steal second earlier.
Absolutely. See some of that defense there as that one was put in play into right center. Good jump by the center fielder, Hartley Nerva, who's solely playing defense as the flex today. And she'll put it away for out number one. And now standing in will be the shortstop, Sabrina Bowen. Bowen, one of the players looking to find some success at the plate, just hitting 156. Infield playing for the slap, but Bowen took a big swing at that one and fouled it straight back. But once again, saw McBrayer fall behind in the count a couple times back in the first inning. She's jumped ahead of the first two hitters she's faced here in the second.
Very curious. So no gloves for Sabrina Bowen.
That one hop back to the circle. McBrayer handles it with ease. Will run it over and shovel it over to Kara Taylor, and two quick outs in the top of the second for Emma. And now we'll see the other Bowen sister, Samantha Bowen, the right fielder, stepping in.
I'm
not a huge Dodgers fan, but we went to LA earlier this year. So
You Bristol?
No, I'm actually from Ohio, so.
First pitch, just missed off the plate.
G's or Reds?
Reds. Sure. I'm still a huge Rays fan.
Did you see the
That one put in play. It'll stay fair. Two hops. Isley throw in the dirt, but dug out nicely by Kara Taylor. 3 up, 3 down for McBrayer in the top of the second. Wesleyan held scoreless. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Piedmont 0, Wesleyan 0. Go to the bottom of the second inning. Piedmont Wesleyan tied 0-0. Game 1 of a CCS doubleheader here in Demorest. Kara Taylor, the first baseman, will step in to lead things off for Piedmont. Taylor has been a big bat in the past. Has been missed a few games with injury this year, but still a robust .294 batting average, 3 doubles out of her 11 hits. She'll lead things off here in the second. First pitch puts it in play. Easy play for the pitcher. Zupanic backs up a couple steps, makes the catch on the back edge of the circle, and 1 pitch, 1 out for Zupanic. And now we will see pitcher versus pitcher again, Matt. As you mentioned earlier, Emma McBrayer will step in, batting out of the 6th spot today.
And McBrayer is a hitter, 262 with a .333 slugging percentage. Very impressive considering she's usually in the circle for the most of the part.
Yeah, she's definitely got a lot of versatility there. She has hit some home runs in the past. Is still looking for her first home run this year. Out of her 11 hits, 3 doubles, big cut there and sent it straight back to the screen. One of McBraer's most memorable home runs, her big 3-run shot in the championship winner-take-all game in the 2021 USA South Tournament against NC Wesleyan, as the Lady Lions sparked a furious rally to end up winning that championship. A little late on that one, and sends that one foul into the woods up off the first base side. And we will do the 0-2 once more.
Harry said it's illegal for me to come down there and ask him that question.
Fouled straight back by McBrayer.
McBrayer really firing off the pitches, and we've seen a lot of these Piedmont batters really firing off these pitches for Tiana Zupanic. I mean, her pitch total has to be through the charts by now.
2 hops to third, across the diamond. McBrayer retired for out number 2, and that will bring up the second baseman, sophomore Lindsay Partlow.
That was a solid field and throw by the third baseman, Taylor Fry. An excellent field and an excellent throw to first to get the ground out. Now we'll see the second baseman, Lindsay Partlow, stepping up. Currently batting .298 with a slugging percentage of .426.
1-0 pitch from Zupanic is up high for ball number 2.
And one thing about this Piedmont roster, they know how to get hits on the ground, and they know how to get more than just one base off of one hit.
Absolutely. This Lions lineup, they've relied on some power in recent years, but that's not been the case this year. Their home run total, they have no home runs in the starting lineup today, but has not stopped them from producing on the offensive end so far this year. And Bartlow's worked a favorable count, 3-0. We'll see if she has a take sign here. She will let it go, and that pitch is up and out of the zone. 4-pitch walk to Lindsay Partlow with 2 outs. That will bring to the dish the shortstop, senior Macy Allen. That one misses off the plate for ball number 1. And that one will curve in to the inside corner for strike number 1, even the count up at 1-1. Macy Allen coming in, .353 batting average this year, normally known for her defense. The last couple of years, she has gotten it done at the plate as well. Runner going, pitches a called strike, late throw from the catcher, and Lindsay Partlow steals second base with ease.
I'm about to say, keep an eye on Partlow. She's 5 for 6 on stolen bases so far this season. Now make that 6 for 7.
What was the plus? Oh, when they advanced on it.
And swing and a miss by Allen. She is retired. Jupanik works around the 2-out walk. We are scoreless between Piedmont and Wesleyan as we go to the top of the third. We head to the top half of the third inning. Wesleyan and Piedmont tied 0-0. We'll have the right fielder Samantha Bowen as her sister Sabrina Bowen ended the last inning. The right fielder number 7 Samantha Bowen will lead things off for the Wolves. McBrayer 6 up, not quite 6 down, but she's faced the minimum so far through 2 innings. Got the caught stealing erase the leadoff walk in the third.
Now the official stepping out and having a quick word with the Wesleyan head coach.
And that one lays down a bunt. Tough play, McBrayer. Miscommunication by the Lady Lion infield. And reaching on the bunt single is Samantha Bowen.
Very cheeky way to get on first. And Piedmont just a little bit of discombobulation, not really knowing how to make that play. And McBrayer didn't know if she was supposed to go for it. Isley didn't know if she was supposed to pick it up. Even the catcher, Hannah Morgan she was supposed to try and scoop that up and make the throw to first. I think if either one of those players had scooped up that ball, it would have been an easy throw to first for an easy out number 1.
So we have a discussion here. It looks like they're going to call the batter runner out. At least that's what the home plate umpire called. They're going to say that Bowen was out of the box when she dropped down the bunt. But now we're having more discussion. It looks like it's just going to be a foul ball.
It looks like
so the count should be 0-2. And here we go. All of us slightly confused right now, but either way, we're gonna have a 1-2 count for Sabrina Bowen, and that one will be off the plate away for ball number 2.
So an even count, 2-2.
Not really sure what they called there. It looked like at first she was going to reach on a bunt single. Then it looked like they were going to call her out for being out of the box. But either way, she's going to go down on strikes. McBrayer with a darting fastball off the plate down and away. And after all of that, we end with a leadoff hitter being retired by strikeout.
First it's a single off of a bunt, and now it's a leadoff strikeout. And
Certainly Coach Terry Martin will take it for the Lady Lions.
That's a good trade-off.
Now stepping in the box, the catcher Presley Edwards, and she'll take a fastball that moves her feet out of the way for ball number 1.
So I went back and watched the final half inning, and there was something.
Well, 3-hopper on the ground, Macy Allen handles it. Sidearm swing across the diamond, retires Edwards with ease, and just like that, 2 outs in the top of the third inning for the Wolves as McBrayer is rolling now.
I think it was on top of the 7th, and something happened.
Number 9 hitter up for the Wolves, the left fielder Caitlin Bennett will step in. She's hitting .321, chokes way up on the bat from the left side of the plate. Infield creeping in for the Lady Lions, tries to drop down the bunt and bunts it foul for strike 1.
You know what the craziest thing so far is? Wesleyan still has not yet registered a hit in this game.
After all that, McBrayer pitched around that leadoff wall, or that one-out walk in the first inning. And as Morgan with the absolute laser of a throw to catch Emily Stevenson stealing back in the first. And that one's bunted sharply and charging in. Good reflexes there by Isley to snatch it out of the air for out number 3. The Wolves go down in order in the third. We go to the bottom of the third. Piedmont 0, Wesleyan 0.
Welcome back, Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Matt Kajowski and Joe Garwood over here from the softball field, bringing you the action between the visiting Wolves of Wesleyan College and your Piedmont Lions. Score is still 0-0 as the Lions lead off the bottom of the third inning with the left fielder Kenny Votava, currently batting .500 with a .538 slugging percentage.
Good chance here. Nice play by the Wesleyan shortstop, Sabrina Bowen. That was one that there was no margin for error. Votava runs well in the left-handed batter's box, but Bowen with the backhand and strong throw across the diamond for out number 1.
And now Votava has a batting average of sub .500.
Yeah, it's a high bar to keep that batting average that high as Lowry lines one off the glove of Zupanic over to the second baseman and handled by Sonia Sawyers. Good awareness. That's going to be a 1-4-3. 1-4-3 ground out on a line drive that Zupanic just barely got a glove on. 2 outs, nobody on, and now Caitlin Isley steps in. Isley, the lone Lady Lion to reach so far. She singled through the left side and stole a base back in the first.
2 outs, and we only threw about 2 pitches in this inning alone.
Yeah, both pitchers working fast, throwing strikes, getting the ball in play early, also getting some strikeouts as well. And Isley once again down the count, 0-1. Good swing all over that one, but just a little bit late, fouls it straight back, and now she'll have to battle down the count 0-2.
Now one just missed the press box.
Trying to get the chase on the letter high fastball, and Isley, good plate discipline to lay off, 1-2 the count.
Isley got a single her last time out. Now she's looking at a chance to add a possible repeat here.
Trying to do the same thing, and Isley able to lay off it again, evens things up 2-2. Trying to go back to the well again. And once again, Isley, good play discipline to stay off of it. Runs things full, 3-2. And that one they called strike 3. Isley tried to stay off of it and work the walk. Home plate umpire wasn't having any of it. We go to the 4th inning. We're still scoreless here at the Walker Athletic Complex. Welcome back to the Walker Athletic Complex. Joseph Garland, Matt Kudrowski with you for Game 1 of this Piedmont versus Wesleyan CCS softball doubleheader. Pitcher's duel has broken out here so far as we go to the top of the 4th inning. Scoreless, just 1 hit combined, Matt. Both pitchers doing their job.
It's a beautiful cloudy day, 64 degrees here in Demorest, GA, on a lovely Sunday morning.
Taylor Fry back to the top of the order finally for the Wolves. Taylor Fry will lead things off and takes ball high. 1-0 the count.
Taylor Fry struck out her last time out in her first at-bat.
And that's a called strike inside corner at the knees. And McBrayer, she's wants her best pitch. She can throw that to right-handed hitters. She can throw that fastball that moves a little bit in on the hands of the right-handed hitter and breaks down a little bit too. So you can get a lot of balls hit off the handle and on the ground. Weak contact is what she's going for. And tried to go with the off-speed pitch. Looked like that one came out of her hand a little bit wrong. And it's 2-1. Big swing and a miss there. Looked like Fry was anticipating something on the inner half, tried to get out ahead of it, and was just a little bit too early. The movement on that pitch fooled her. Good pitch by McBrayer. Spoiled foul off to the right by Fry. We'll do the 2-2 once again.
It's a little bit of deja vu because Fry was firing off a lot of those pitches early on against McBrayer in the first inning. All in all, resulting in a strikeout.
That one put into play into right field. Going to be a tough play coming on the right fielder, and sliding to make the grab is Jasmine Lowry. Got a good jump on that one and was positioned perfectly by the coaching staff to be able to make that play. Looked like that one had a chance to fall into no man's land.
That's a fantastic field for out number 1 on the run. A bit of a diving play, if you will, too.
Matt, you mentioned the Piedmont defense being strong earlier. We've seen a couple plays from the outfielders, Nerva and Lowry, where they've both gotten outstanding jumps on balls off the bat, and they've been able to make plays that otherwise might have fallen in for base hits. As Stevenson steps in and takes a called strike 1. And she's been so far the only Wolf to reach. She drew a 1-out walk back in the first, but was caught stealing. Should be erased. And McBrayer tries to expand the zone a little bit. Stevenson doesn't bite. Count even 1-1.
And you can see the infield for the Lions very much inside. Very much in close and tight, not giving any kind of window for any kind of contact to get into the grass.
Yeah, obviously they're expecting some kind of slap or bunt from the left-handed hitting Stevenson. And so far, McBrayer's had a hard time fighting the strike zone to her, and she's down on the count. We're going to have to work back in the count from down 3-1.
Wouldn't surprise me if McBrayer throws a pitch that has a guaranteed chance of getting in that strike zone. Meanwhile, that one just slips out of her hand, it seemed like, as that one just sails straight into the dirt. Now that's the second time we're going to see Stevenson get walked to first.
We'll see some new softballs get changed out. If I was McBrayer, I'd want a new one after that. We have had some rain, so that potentially could explain the slip out. Now we're going to have a little meeting at the circle. The Lion infield coming in to give McBrayer a little encouragement. And we'll see the pitcher, Zupanic, to step in with 1 on and 1 out here in the 4th inning. We'll see if Stevenson's on the move again. She ran last time, and Hannah Morgan shut that down very quickly with the caught stealing. First pitch, and that's 4 straight pitches out of the strike zone from McBrayer. And she falls behind the count 1-0 to Zupanic. Rise ball rises a little bit too far upstairs, and Juponich lays off of it. 2-0 the count. McBrayer going to try to find the strike zone. Now he's going to get a meeting from head coach Terry Martin coming out to the circle. Try to settle his pitcher down.
And, you know, Joe, it really wouldn't surprise me if we see Emily Stevenson try again at stealing second, because this is the second time we've seen a Wolves runner on base here in this game. And so with the chances really coming out of premium for Wesleyan, it wouldn't surprise me if they try and maximize this chance to get a runner home. So I know that Stevenson was caught stealing that first time out. Maybe the head coach, Ryan Bliss, will be a bit gutsy again, try and go for that stolen base again here, just to get some kind of runner set up in position to bring a runner to home.
We'll see what the Wolves have in store. 2-0 count. We'll see if McBrayer can prove that she can find the strike zone again. We'll see what Stevenson does at first. Meeting finally adjourned, and 2-0 count coming to Juponich. Pulls her bat back off the handle, and that will be played by the second baseman, Lindsay Partlow. That was a good pitch. Juponich not taking until she saw a strike, swinging the bat, but that one got in on her hands a little bit, and a soft line drive to Partlow for a big out, number 2. And now we'll see the DP, number 10, Ariel Wallace. And that one sails upstairs. 1-0 the count. Wallace comes in hitting .313 on the season.
Wallace grounded out her last time out.
1-0, big swing, skied out towards center field. Nerva barely had to move, and she puts it away for out number 3. Wolves with a 1-out walk again in the 4th, but nothing doing. McBrayer pitches around the jam. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Piedmont 0, Wesleyan 0. Welcome back to the Walker Athletic Complex. Piedmont softball tied with Wesleyan 0-0 in a pitcher's duel here in game 1 of a doubleheader. Hannah Morgan will lead things off for the Lady Lions. She was a ground out victim in her first plate appearance today. Looking for hit number 1. First pitch, skied out toward shallow center field. Bermuda Triangle situation, near collision. And the center fielder for Wesleyan, Emily Stevenson, able to come up with it. That was kind of put into no man's land and kind of played, not sure about the communication, but Stevenson able to make the grab.
Sonia Sawyers, the second baseman, had to kind of duck and prevent her head. She's not wearing any kind of visor, any kind of head protection whatsoever.
First pitch is inside for ball 1 to Megan Steinmeier, the DP. And that one is spoiled foul off the plate. Count even 1-1. Steinmeier, a strikeout victim, her first plate appearance. Going with no batting gloves is Steinmeier. That one off the hands. Soft line drive to the second baseman, Sonia Sawyers, who will make the grab. And just like that, 2 quick outs in the bottom of the 4th as Kara Taylor will step in for the Lady Lions.
Into the box, the first baseman, Aaron Taylor.
Taylor struck out her first time out.
Got a good pitch to hit there and kind of mad at herself that she didn't do more with it. Spoils a foul off to the right for an 0-1 count. Big swing and a miss by Taylor. Good pitch by Zupanic. Had nice cutting action. Looked like it started middle or outside third of the plate. And by the time it ended up, it was off the plate and nothing Kara Taylor could do. 0-2, another one off the fist. And that one will be handled by the second baseman Sawyers again. Lions quickly down in order. 1, 2, 3. We go to the top of the fifth inning. Piedmont 0 and Wesleyan 0. Welcome back to the Walker Athletic Complex. Joseph Garwood, Matt Kudrowski here, bringing you this game one of this Piedmont softball doubleheader against Wesleyan. Still 0-0. Both offenses yet to crack the code, as McBrayer and Zupanic have done outstanding work on the circle rather for Piedmont and Wesleyan. And it looked like that was a kind of a sword-like swing by Caitlin McCord. No chance, as McBrayer's got a lot of movement on those pitches so far today.
You mentioned sword swing. McBrayer just sits in the circle and says, "On guard."
And that one is slash foul off to the left, out of play, and 0-2 the count to McCord. Comes the 0-2. Slow changeup, and it didn't quite drop into the top of the strike zone soon enough. That one had McCord frozen. We'll see if McBrayer doubles up on the off speed or goes back to the darting fastball off the plate away. And she went fastball off the plate away and just missed a little too far outside to get a chase from McCord. Count even 2-2. That one misses as well. Count runs full 3-2.
So now we've seen McBrayer go from being ahead 0-2, and now she's fallen behind. Now it's a full count.
3-2, and she lost her. After jumping ahead 0-2, 4 straight pitches missed the strike zone, and a leadoff base runner for the Wolves. And now we'll see the first of the Bowen sisters. The shortstop, Sabrina Bowen, will step in with 1 on and nobody out here in the 5th. Shows a bunt, bunts it hard back to the first baseman Taylor. She double clutches and then throws to the covering second baseman Partlow to record the out at first base. They try to throw behind the runner McCord at second, but she gets back safely. Good play by Taylor Looked like with the way it was bunted so hard, she thought she might have had a play at second, but thought better of it. Took the sure out at first base. And the first pitch to Samantha Bowen is just a little upstairs, 1-0. But that was a very good pitch there. Swung right over the top of by Bowen. That's the sinking fastball that McBrayer has that gets a lot of swings and misses and ground balls when it's executed well. 1-1 pitch. Bowen shows bunt, bunts it foul back, and that's certainly a kind of a gift if you're McBrayer. A good way to steal a strike with a one-strike bunt attempt that's kind of a little bit half-hearted. And now one strike away from a punch out.
You can see the frustration from Samantha Bowen. Just a furious swing before stepping back into the box.
1-2, sends that one straight back to our way off the plexiglass behind home plate.
Thank the Lord above for the plexiglass.
Yeah, that one was almost perfectly timed by Bowen. Here's the 1-2. Goes slow off speed pitch. That one must have slipped out of her hand. We've seen that happen a couple times for McBrayer. Usually exhibits outstanding command, but that one got away from her, counting even 2-2. Tried to go back to the heat, and that one misses high. Ball 3, count 3-2. Seen it happen a couple times. McBraer's jumped ahead in the count, has tried to expand the zone of these Wesleyan hitters, and they have not chased. Another 3-2, and that one misses high and inside. Another walk for McBrayer, her second one of the inning.
Now I'll see Coach Terry Martin make another trip to the circle, and that might be it for McBrayer.
We'll see what the meeting is all about. We'll have a meeting at third base with Wesleyan coach Ryan Bliss, as he'll meet with Presley Edwards, the catcher, who's about to step into the box. Edwards was a ground out victim her last time up. If McBrayer can get that same ground ball here, good chance the Lady Lions can turn two. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Wolves here in the fifth. Piedmont with just one hit to go with no runs and no errors. First time we've seen multiple base runners for either side so far this game. That one's put into play. Shallow right, drifting back to second baseman Partlow, and she makes the grab. That one looked like it was a little bit dangerous. Looked like a little hesitation from Lowry out in right field there, but Partlow able to take charge and make the catch. Not batting will be the 9-hitter, the left fielder, Caitlin Bennett. Slashed on the ground, stays fair. Isley grabs it, throws a two-hopper to first base, but Kara Taylor able to handle it. Spikes it on the circle as she runs off the field. Piedmont pitches around a 2-on, 1-out rally, and we are still scoreless as we go to the bottom of the fifth.
Welcome back, Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. We were scoreless at the start of this game, and we're still scoreless now as we head into the bottom of the fifth inning, and we'll see Emma McBrayer for the Lions, starting pitcher, step back into the box for the Lions.
First pitch from Zupanic. Darts off the plate away for ball one. We kind of expected two outstanding pitchers. Kind of expected to be a low-scoring game. Did not expect this low level of offense, though.
I did not expect. If you were to tell me that the team with no hits right now was the only team that had multiple runners on base at one point, I would have said that you were kidding.
The trend continues as McBrayer gets jammed and pops out to shallow right field for out number one. And now we'll see Lindsey Partlow.
And we've only seen one hit so far in this entire game, and it came courtesy of Caitlin Isley in the first inning with a single.
Partlow will take a called strike inside corner at the knees. That's been Zupanic's main weapon of attack, trying to get the ball in on the hands of these Lion hitters. Looks like the velocity is surprising. And as we mentioned, she's so tall, at being at 6 feet, to be able to get that extension, able to add a little bit of extra velocity. The ball is getting on these Piedmont hitters before they're ready, causing a lot of weak contact. 1-1 to Partlow, and that one darted off the plate away, and she was unable to come up with it. 1-2 the count.
And you really are onto something, because with Zupanic's stature, she has that longer strike. She is, because most of the height is in her legs. And so when she has that extra long stride and she can reach that outer edge of the circle, that ball's not traveling as much of a distance, and it's still having a good bit of force behind it before it finally gets to the plate.
2-2 pitch, and Partlow able to just barely get a piece of that one and stay alive. And we'll do the 2-2 one more time. That one is slashed foul, as the first base umpire had to jump out of the way of that one. That was nearly a thing of beauty, as Partlow just missed a double down the right field line. There's another one, though, where that going a hard fastball moving in to the right-handed hitter Partlow, and was unable to get the barrel of the bat to it. 2-2, waited on the breaking ball and lashed it into left field. That's going to roll almost to the wall. Partlow's going to stand at second, make the turn, and hold up there. A stand-up double with one out for the second baseman, Lindsey Partlow. And Piedmont, with its first runner, or second time it's had a runner in scoring position today.
Yeah, letting number 14, Macy Allen.
That's the first double we've seen. That's only the third hit we've seen all game long. Because I think
the second hit of the day, both from Piedmont's side. First extra base hit. Isley singled in the first and then stole second. And now, runner in scoring position opportunity, bottom of the lineup. We'll see if they can do damage. Macy Allen stands in. Squares to bunt, and will be popped up foul out of reach of the first baseman, McCord. The count runs to 0-1. One thing we've seen too, like with a lot of weak pop-ups and flyouts from this Piedmont offense, not really putting a lot of pressure on the Wesleyan infield. When they have put pressure on them, the Wesleyan infield has been up to the task, but we'll see what Allen can do here. Squares to bunt, pulls back, and takes high and away for ball one. Now the runner breaks to third, throwing away into left field. Partlow, if she can get up quick enough, she's going to score, and she will stand up and get the first run of the game across for the Lions. Stolen base, and the throwing error on the catcher Edwards allows Piedmont to plate the first run of the ball game.
I don't think anyone was expecting Piedmont to be getting their first run in that kind of fashion.
Yeah, as we mentioned earlier, putting the pressure on the Piedmont, on the Wesleyan defense, and it paid off for the Lions as Allen swings over the top of that one to even things up at 2-2. Skied foul out of play. One thing we saw there, he had Macy Allen square to bunt, which brought the third baseman in, and then it basically became a race between the shortstop and the runner Partlow at second to third base, and then you got the catcher trying to hit a moving target, and that was a recipe for disaster for the Wolves. It allows Partlow to come around and score as Allen works the count full 3-2.
It's like chess. You have one player, one piece out of position, and then opens up a window for all kinds of chaos.
Allen's Staying alive, fouls another one back, and we'll do the 3-2 one more time.
He said it's 2-2. Did he just hold it 2-2?
Do you have 2-2?
Allen out ahead of that one. Jupanic tried to go off speed. Ironic, that was kind of what cost Jupanic. We mentioned earlier the hard stuff that she's thrown has been able to get in on the hands of these Lady Lion hitters. She got caught trying to sneak an off-speed pitch to Lindsay Partlow, and Partlow waited on it and lashed it for the double that ended up turning into the lone run of this game so far. And now Macy Allen trying to give Jasmine Lowry a run for her money for the longest at-bat of the game as Allen spoils one foul out of play, 3-2.
What's been super surprising for Tiana Zupanc has not just been the power we've seen from the pitches, but the control, because we have not seen pretty much any pitches just get away from her in this entire game.
We had the count wrong. It was 2-2 before that pitch, and that one misses up. Now we're going to have a 3-2 count to Macy Allen. That one hop to third, knocked down by the third baseman. Throw across the diamond by Fry is on the money. Nabs Allen by a step and a half for out number 2 in the inning. And now we'll go to the number 9 hole hitter, Kennedy Votava.
Number 32, Kennedy Votava.
Kennedy Votava, we mentioned earlier, came into this game batting .500. Had a ground out her first plate appearance, and will look to improve on this second at bat.
First pitch to Votava, catches the outside corner for strike 1. 0-1 the count. That one goes over the inside corner, so Zupanich going to both sides of the plate and is ahead in the count. 0-2 to Votava. Ground out to shortstop, her first plate appearance. That one is lashed into left field. That'll get down for a base hit. Votava wide turn around first. She will hold up as the ball gets away momentarily in the infield, backed up by the first baseman McCord. And that's the kind of swing that has led Votava to enter today with a .500 batting average.
Now she's back up to .500 after evening out after the ground out to start off.
Into the box, number 3.
If you could have a hitter in your 9 spot hitting .500 on the season, that bodes well for the length of the lineup. Also bodes well to get runners on for the powerful hitting top of this order for Piedmont. And now it'll be Jasmine Lowry. Squares the bunt, pulls it back, pitches off the plate, and sliding in ahead of the throw safely for the stolen base is Votava. That is Votava's second stolen base of the season. Now you have a runner in scoring position with 2 outs, puts a lot more pressure on that Wesleyan defense.
It's crazy because the throw definitely beat Votava, but Votava with the slide just able to beat the tag, and that's what's most important at the very end of that.
Line drive to left field. That's a fair ball. Lowry's going to round first and stand at second. She's going to try to take third. The runner scores. It's 2-0 Lions and a 2-out RBI triple for Jasmine Lowry.
That's her second triple we've seen from her this season, and the 4th we've seen from the Lions so far this season.
That was a hard hit ball. Ball kind of skidding on the outfield grass, which is a little bit damp from the rain earlier. We'll have a little circle meeting for a few members of the Wesleyan infield as we await to see what Caitlin Isley can do. Piedmont tries to add on and add a little bit of insurance here in the bottom of the 5th.
Just like that, both of these runs for Piedmont are now earned, and so now you're looking at 2 earned runs for Zupanich so far in this game, which kind of puts a damper on what we've seen from her, just silencing the Lions for the first 4.5 innings.
We'll see what Piedmont can do the 3rd time through the batting order. A 3rd look at a pitcher oftentimes leads to more success at the plate. Isley Must have been looking for a different pitch when chasing after a rise ball well out of the zone to fall behind in the count 0-1. That one looked like it may have caught the outside corner. Isley will certainly take it. Runs things back even to 1-1. Rise ball up and out of the zone. Isley will stay off of that one and work the count back in her favor to 2-1. Lowry slightly above average speed. Something to keep in mind with 2 outs if anything gets away from the catcher, Presley Edwards. That one skied out toward shallow center field, and the catch is made by the center fielder Stevenson. Lady Lions plate 2 on 3 base hits. They lead Wesleyan 2-0 as we go to the top of the 6th. Welcome back to the Walker Athletic Complex. We go to the top of the 6th inning. Piedmont finally played at a couple runs in the bottom of the 5th to lead Wesleyan 2-0. Defensive change for Piedmont. Taking over in right field for Jasmine Lowry will be number 24, Hannah Smith. Wesleyan back to the top of the order for the 3rd time today, and Taylor Fry, the 3rd baseman, will lead things off. First pitch, good swing by Fry. Looks like she is kind of cheating on something on the inner half, but she hadn't been able to square one up yet on McBrayer. Came close that time and fouled it straight back for strike 1.
I think the whole probably philosophy behind subbing out Jasmine Lowry was probably because Coach Terry Martin's pretty confident after the Lions were able to get those 2 runs in the last inning to break that tie that we just saw. He knows this is going to be a very low-scoring game, and he knows he has a lot of confidence in Emma McBrayer in the Piedmont defense. And so I think this is just a change to have a stronger defensive front out there.
Oh, absolutely. Smith, very good defender out in the outfield, and first hit of the game for the Wolves, as that one is up the middle from Fry. Finally did square one up, and now McBrayer will have to work around a leadoff base knock. A lot of options here. Stevenson has showed bunt pretty much every pitch her first 2 plate appearances and has drawn a couple of walks. McBrayer's had a hard time finding the strike zone to her, and that continues as the first pitch is off the plate away for ball 1. Morgan quickly out of her crouch. This is where it's going to put a little bit more pressure on this Piedmont defense to see what they can come up with. Got to be sure-handed and take the outs in front of you. That one will be off the plate away again. Morgan comes up throwing behind the runner at first, and getting back safely is Fry. 2-0 count. As we mentioned, Stevenson's walked a couple times already today. That one bunted in fair territory, barehanded by Isley. She'll make the strong throw to first base, and Taylor there for out number 1. Oh, exactly where you'd want to place that bunt if you're Stevenson, but nice play by Isley to come up throwing.
What a field by Caitlin Isley with the bare hand on the move. Didn't really even have time to plant her feet before making that throw to first for the ground out.
Runner in scoring position now is Fry at second. Power hitting Zupanic steps in and swings over the top of a fastball to fall behind the count, 0-1. Zupanic, a strikeout victim her first time up, popped out in her last plate appearance. 0-1, got into that one, hit pretty well out towards center field. Backing up is Nerva. She'll make the grab a few steps shy of the wall. That one was hit pretty well, but hit it to the right part of the yard if you're a Piedmont fan, and a big second out for McBrayer. Now, last hope for the Wolves in the top of the sixth inning, the DP, Ariel Wallace. First pitch, two-hopper to the shortstop, Allen, cuts in front of the runner and makes a strong, accurate throw in time to first as McBrayer pitches around the leadoff single, keeps Wesleyan off the board. The shutout still in hand as we go to the bottom of the sixth. Piedmont leads 2-0.